Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Tori and this channel is all about growing and blossoming into the person that you were meant to become. Without further ado, let's get started. I'm very excited for this book talk. We are going to talk about Untamed by Glennon Doyle. The point of these book talks is to share what I learned and how these books changed my life. Let's get to it. The first thing that Glennon talks about is being caged. So when we think of a cage, you normally think of an animal in a cage. A lion in a zoo cage or a gorilla in a zoo cage. Those animals that have been in a cage, they've lived that way and they've come to know life in a cage, so they don't know what else is out there for them because that's all that they know. She brought this idea that you can also feel like you're caged, but you don't know it. You don't know the life that can be because of the limitations that you hold on yourself. There actually has been points in my life where I have been feeling stuck or feeling like there's more to life. Just kind of feeling like I conform to society's box. So I was putting myself in a box just because it was the norm. I didn't know that there was a whole other life for me out there. Whenever I read this book, I started to really be self-aware of the limitations that I was holding on myself. So whether that be my body image or my career path, I really started to dig deep and dissect parts of my life that I imagined to be caged or felt boxed in. So basically, it took me looking back and really thinking about what my teachers told me or what my mom told me or what my sisters told me or what my friends told me. Some of those opinions, they came from people that I felt were really important in my life. So that's why they held a really strong attraction and were with me through adulthood. Those opinions, those outside opinions, were not from yourself. They were from outside factors. If they came from an outside source, then that means you should really question them and not hold them as truth. I began to look at all of the statements that I grew up to really believe and hold as truth. Statements like, I'm not smart enough. As a teenager, I was very high energy, what some people would call ditzy. A lot of my friends would start to call me slow or ditzy, terms like that. And so that really stuck with me. As I started to read Untamed, I really started to question them and ask myself, do I believe that I'm slow? Do I believe that I'm ditzy? Yeah, I might have some ditzy moments, but I don't think that I would define myself as a ditzy person or define myself as slow, dumb, or not smart. And also too, when I was really little, I remember I had a math tutor. I just have such a negative vibe around math. I just had such a bad experience learning math facts. I would always get just so discouraged because it wasn't my strong suit at the time, but actually in high school, I got straight A's. In college, I got straight A's in math. So I don't know what happened, but ended up being my strong suit in college. That just goes to show that you can have a skill not be your strong suit and then eventually grow to really understand it. If I kept those beliefs, that's not going to help me progress. In college, ended up just being like, you know what? I just had to let go of those negative beliefs that I had so that I can really learn math instead of just hating it. And, if you hate it and you're trying to learn something, it's really hard. I'm still dealing with this and I'll probably make another video, but body image especially, I grew up looking at all of these magazines and society put on an expectation for girls of what their bodies should look like. And I carried that with me through adulthood and ended up having body image issues. Whenever I look in the mirror today, I still have these dysmorphic images in my mind. But in reality, when somebody else looks at me, they see something different. It's grown to be really a negative result, really believing what society's expectations of what your body should look like. Once you hold on to those beliefs, it becomes really toxic. It's a toxic relationship with your body, which I'm learning to love myself the way that I am, but it's just gonna take some time to heal. So I just realized whenever she said that we were caged, some of us can be caged, I really dissected my life and labeled each cage that I was putting myself in so that I can really dig further. You know, you can't get yourself out of a cage if you don't know what cage you're in. And so now we're gonna move on to the keys that she says. The first key is to feel. I wrote down like a lot of notes. Feel your emotions, your intuition, your imagination, your courage. Allow yourself to feel it all. A lot of the times, especially with myself, I just tend to stuff my face until I don't feel anything at all. If I feel a hard emotion coming on, I tend to go straight to the fridge because that's what I know best. Oh, if I eat this thing, I'll feel a different way. I'll feel all of the serotonin levels because I'm eating this chocolate bar. I eat the food that I love to feel a certain way. I am actually an emotional eater, and I'm trying to overcome that still. Just these past few weeks of moving to a different state, I was kind of forced to feel like everything. There were so many emotions, and like I get still like so emotional about it. Just leaving my family. It's been so hard. It's been so hard. Whenever I do have those crying spells, I feel so much better after. I feel like a different person. I needed to let those feelings go, and it really does help. So there's just all of these, emotions that I'm feeling. I'm feeling very excited. I'm feeling very overwhelmed, stressed, sad. It's a lot to take in. And then we've grown up. Here's another cage that you've grown to know. You grow up to believe that showing your emotions is a sign of weakness. I don't show my emotions a lot. I try to hide what I'm feeling and be this happy person all of the time. Even when I'm feeling so sad or so stressed out, I tend to just cover it up in a blanket and just not be vulnerable with people. I say go for it. Cry, talk it out, feel everything. Glennon also tells this really great idea is that when you feel, you end up becoming the person that you're meant to become. So we associate pain with negativity and we avoid it, but we need to stop avoiding and just start becoming. When you start to learn that your emotions are nothing to be afraid of, that they help you learn more about yourself, then you really transform yourself from the inside out. And that is what it's all about, my friends. Okay, the second key to being uncaged is to be still and know. I had this aha moment when I started to read that chapter. When you allow yourself to really just get rid of all of the distractions in your life, all of the technology, this is the be still part. For you to just really sit with what is in your life, then you can really start to feel and know what it is that you want in your life and truly want. That's when I started to actually have a lot of doubts about whether I want to become a teacher. It was just really all confusing. When I first started student teaching, I really loved it and thought that it was my sole purpose in life. Well, actually what I found out today is that your purpose is the same, but sometimes it can shift in different ways. So my purpose, I know that I want to help people, but helping people is very general and it can look different. So I'm trying to discover more about myself and learn exactly what that is and what that looks like. She said in here that you have a knowing. Each and every person has this internal wisdom inside themselves, and they're able to really uncover what it is that they truly want. Nobody else, not your friends, not your boyfriend, not your mom, not even your grandma, knows what it is that you want in life. Only you do. I grew up believing that you had to go to college, get a 9-to-5 job, then get married, then have kids. The list goes on and on and on. Key number 3 is once you feel it all, you be still and know. What Glennon Doyle says is to dare to imagine. For me, I just assumed that what society made me believe was the all and be all. But then here's where I started to turn things around. At first, I thought that I graduated with an education degree, which equals become a teacher. That degree doesn't just equal teacher. You have certain skills that you learned along the way as well. I began to really imagine what my life could look like outside of just teaching. I started to research a lot of different programs that I will share with y'all once it's all set and final, but I guess I'll just give y'all a little hint as to where I might be headed. Since I really love to help people, I realized that my passion is not in teaching kids subjects. I love helping them, and it makes my heart feel so warm inside. After this experience of working this job, this teaching assistant job, it's made it a lot clearer of which road I want to take next and what path I want to take next. Take a completely different turn. You know, I'm going on the road of life. I'm doing a yield and then another turn in the opposite direction. And first, I was really scared. I was super scared. Key number 3, dare to imagine something like that could even be possible. I started to look at different career paths for me because I was feeling so alone, so lost. I had no idea what I wanted to do. And then I came across life coaching. This wasn't even on my mind. I didn't know this was even a possible career choice. Basically, it is helping people discover their limiting beliefs and helping them overcome that. My niche, or the category that I want to be in, is a mindset coach, because I have become so passionate about personal development because it's helped me so much and changed my life for the better. It's probably going to take me a while to get there, but I feel so much better because I, first of all, dare to imagine what my life could look like. And now I finally see a vision to where I want to head. Just know that if you feel stuck and you feel caged, you are not alone. I've definitely been there. I felt that. And this book, pick yourself up this book. Be willing to really let it change your mindset on where your life can head, because after reading this book, it really did change my life. It's crazy how each book can change my life in a different way. The very 4th key, she says, is to build and burn. Like what I was saying earlier, you have all of those cages and self-limiting beliefs. In order to really build a new life for yourself, look at each one of those self-limiting beliefs and let them go. If you are still holding on to them, it's going to be really hard to transform your life. It's going to take a lot of work and a lot of patience, but it'll be worth it in the long run when you basically believe another story. I think of it as a continuous piece of artwork that you are changing and you're transforming. So if you don't like the way that your artwork or your life is, the way that it is now, dip that paint in the brush, get a different color, start to mix, and change it. You have the power to change it. Nobody else does. You have that artist's hand. It's your life. You've got the power to change the direction, change the mindset. Go ahead and do it, girl. And the last part was becoming free. When you're free, you're not caged anymore. I feel like right now, at this point in my life, working a 9-to-5 job doesn't make me feel free, and I'm realizing what does and what doesn't. What makes you feel caged? What makes you not feel caged? Learn how to differentiate between those two and make sure to feel, to know, to imagine. Really uncover and discover what else there is in life. Really just trust yourself and trust your instincts as to what's working and to what's not working in your life. I believe that we can really create the dream life that you've always wanted. It's there waiting for you. You just have to jump into the water and just go for it. Get your dreams and goals, write them down, even if they scare you so much because the world tells you that you can't do it. Go ahead and do it anyway. All right, I'm glad we had this talk. I will see y'all in the next video. If you haven't gotten a chance to, please subscribe because I try to post videos every single Friday. Yeah, I'm sending you all my love and light. See you in the next one. Bye.